Good morning. This is the story of Pentecost. Christ is risen. The Lord is risen indeed. Oh God, we adore you. Lay our lives before you. How we love you. Jesus, we adore you. Lay our lives before you. How we love you. Spirit, we adore you. Lay our lives before you. How we love you. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. And when we sing that story, we know it's time for one of God's stories. This is the story of Pentecost. When we remember how God gave us the gift of the Holy Spirit. And we remember the amazing things that Jesus said and did. It happened after Jesus went away. The people of God were in Jerusalem. They were there to celebrate the great feast of Thanksgiving called Pentecost. They came from many different countries. Jesus' friends were in Jerusalem too. They were there waiting because Jesus told them that God would send them a special gift, the gift of the Holy Spirit. And all of a sudden, a great sound like a mighty wind filled the room. And what looked like flames came to rest on each one of them. And they were filled with the Holy Spirit. And they were just so excited, they had to go and tell others the amazing things that God had done. They went to tell about Jesus. And they went to tell how God had raised Jesus from the dead. And all the people who came from different countries heard them speak in their very own language. And they asked, "What should we do?" And Peter said, "Change your ways and be baptized." And then they were filled with the Holy Spirit too. And God's promise is for you and for your children and for everyone that God calls. I wonder what it felt like to receive the gift of the Holy Spirit on Pentecost. wonder how Jesus' friends felt as they told the amazing things about God. I wonder how these people felt when they were baptized and received the Holy Spirit. I wonder how they knew this was the Holy Spirit. I wonder what all these people will do now that they have the gift of that Holy Spirit. I wonder what the Holy Spirit wants us to do with God's gifts. And now I'm going to read this story from the Bible. And when we read from the Bible, we like to light our Christ candle to remind us that the light of Christ is here with us when we read His Word. This story comes from the book called Acts. Acts is in the New Testament. Old, new. Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, Acts. And I am reading Acts chapter 2, verses 1 through 4. On the day of Pentecost, all the Lord's followers were together in one place. Suddenly, there was a noise from heaven like the sound of a mighty wind. It filled the house where they were meeting. When they saw what looked like fiery tongues moving in all directions, and a tongue came and settled on each person there, the Holy Spirit took control of everyone, and they began speaking whatever languages the Spirit led them to speak. Thanks be to God. And now I'm going to change the light. The light that's in one place at one time is in all places, at all times, here in this room and at home with you. Let's sing our goodbye song. Go now.